Hey guys, Brayden here, and today I would like to start the video by saying Happy Thanksgiving, happy whatever you celebrate, happy, it's not December yet, do not start listening to Christmas music. I'm gonna hate my biology classroom in a couple days. Anyways, this is something a little different than I usually do, but I decided since today is the day where we literally slaughter and eat a dinosaur, I decided to talk about something that's always fascinated me. The evolution of birds. Now, it's been well known for some time now that dinosaurs are in fact still around. Birds. Birds are dinosaurs. Yeah, it's been accepted for a while now, except by some people for some reason. The earliest bird we currently know of is, well, Archaeopteryx. There have been some possible other early aviolans identified since then, but none have been proven. What if I were to tell you that at one point people thought there was a bird from the Triassic? Yeah, someone actually thought they had found a bird from the Triassic period. 1980, post-Texas. Sankar Chatterjee and a group of students from Texas Tech University are in the area looking for fossils, specifically in the Dockham Group, a Triassic Age formation. Amongst the new genera named from this expedition include Shuvosaurus, named after Chatterjee's own son, a dinosaur-like crocodilian, Technosaurus, named after Texas Tech itself, which I don't think is considered valid anymore, and probably one of the more famous Triassic archosaurs, named after post-Texas itself, Postosuchus. During the expedition, Chatterjee is given a fossil which is considered by the people who have discovered it to be a juvenile Coelophysis bari. However, when Chatterjee examines the fossil, he's surprised to see that it doesn't really resemble a Coelophysis. In fact, Chatterjee is so impressed by the fossil, he decides to give it its own genus. Although it does take him till 1991 to finally describe the thing, he describes the animal as Protoavis texensis, meaning Texas's first bird. According to Chatterjee's description, the animal was a small, carnivorous, possibly nocturnal bird that lived in the area, and despite living many millions of years before Archaeopteryx, supposedly was actually more advanced than it. Chatterjee would later write a book on the subject called The Rise of Birds, which discussed the topic in detail and is where we get most of our details about Protoavis from. That sounds all fine and good right now, but here's the cincher. Chatterjee didn't provide any photos of the fossil in the book. He just provided us with drawings. To be fair, though, Chatterjee did actually have the fossil and did provide it for photography. Yeah, here's the actual fossil. We got a lot to cover, don't we? Let's start with the skull. The skull of Protoavis is kind of bird-like, but at the same time, many of the features seen in the skull are not exclusive to birds. Phil Curry and XJ Zhao pointed out this out in a paper. They pointed out that while Protoavis has some avian features, many of these features aren't exclusive to birds. Curiously, Greg Paul, another paleontologist, pointed out that the cervical vertebrae of Protoavis don't really resemble those of birds, but instead of Drepanosaurs. Drepanosaurs are a group of lizard-like reptiles that existed during the Triassic period, but I think went extinct at the end of the period, and I don't think they left any modern descendants. However, some of them have necks designed for snap feeding. So do some birds. Other than that, the fossil is pretty bad and incomplete looking, and a lot of Chatterjee's claims really aren't supported by much evidence, or at least evidence that is easy to make out and is supported. Curiously, the humerus of Protoavis actually has more in common with ceratosaurs than with birds. So basically, Protoavis had more in common with this than with birds. Adding to this, Protoavis clearly possesses a fifth metacarpal, something that no bird, not even Archaeopteryx, possesses. But hey, wait, didn't Chatterjee say that Protoavis was more advanced than Archaeopteryx? Now, one thing that could prove Protoavis is a bird is that Chatterjee claims to have discovered quill knobs on the fossil. Quill knobs are basically the attachment point on bone for feathers. These are so ridiculously small that we didn't even notice Velociraptor had any until 2007, even though we've known Velociraptor since the 1920s. But you know what? It turns out the forearms of Protoavis are so badly crushed that more than likely these supposed quill knobs are just post-mortem damage. In conclusion, Protoavis is more than likely just a chimera. No, not that kind. A chimera is a term in paleontology used when the remains of multiple different species of animal are mixed together. An example I consider interesting is Leogorgon. Initially considered the largest Gorgonopsian, it later turned out to simply be the tooth of a Gorgonopsian mixed in with the skull cap of a Dicynodont. So, no, Protoavis isn't the first bird. It would have been cool if it was, though.